of you who are unaware of who I am, allow me to reintroduce myself. My name is Phenomeno, your friendly neighborhood luchador, and I have been gone for a while. A long while. A bit longer than I had originally anticipated. And during that time, we jumped from around 90 subscribers to about 220 approximately. And I am incredibly happy for that. Hello everyone that is new. Thank you for subscribing. I really appreciate it. How do I put this? Truth be told, I am incredibly nervous. Not just because of the newer number of you that are here, but there are some things that I want to speak about, to explain, I suppose. I suppose I will put it say this as simply as I can, so that I don't end up rambling on and on. To summarize what I aim to say in this video, so that if you don't really care so much to see me go into detail about it, I will summarize. Where have I been? I have been dealing with some personal issues, while also finishing my dissertation for my master's degree. As of recording this, my dissertation's basically done. All that's needed is some more basic editing, but it's reached the point where I'm comfortable enough working on my dissertation and going back into YouTube. What else did I want to say? Yes, second thing, I am back. I am back to doing this much more regularly. Even though I have the dissertation still working on, it's basically done, and it's going to be submitted sometime next week. So at this point, I am able to fully focus on this for the time being, and I plan to do just that. Third thing, what I plan on doing in the future. For one, I have a lot of D&D backlogs to upload. I have edited them all. They're probably going to go public a few hours after this video, or maybe at the same time, depending on how I'm feeling, or depending on when I upload this video to begin with. And I'm also working on the next episode of Battle Pro Wrestling. Anika has a very important announcement in regards to that, which will also be uploaded later today. So if you're interested in that product, definitely keep your eyes out, because I think her announcement's important. And finally, I am going to put a couple Let's Plays on hold. Well, one really. That is Danganronpa. Because at this point, I've been playing that game on and off for a long time. And I don't want to go through the game when I don't feel that enthused about it, I should say. So, when I feel like coming back to it, I will. I do apologize if you are looking forward to the next episode of that series, but would you rather me forcing myself to play it and being unenthused, or my reactions be genuine, you know? So, yeah, that's the basic gist of what's going to happen. So if you only wanted the summary, or the TLDR, I think I did a good job of that. So, for those of you who are staying, I assume you want to know a bit more about what occurred before, the previous situation that I was going through, how I am now, and I guess the future stuff is kind of still the same, but we will see when I speak about it. Okay, so, how I was. If you do not follow me on Twitter, which you probably should. You'll get a bunch of my retweets, memes, and other such updates. You'll know that my grandmother passed away a couple of months ago, and that the previous month before she passed, a childhood friend of mine passed away as well. I ended up losing 2 people very close to me in the span of 2 months. I was able to pick myself up after my friend died for a little bit, but then my grandmother passed away and I was unable to keep going the way I was going, especially with how much I was juggling at the time. I did come back for a bit, but because I thought I could handle it, unfortunately I could not. The emotional toll, along with the stress I was feeling due to university stuff, ultimately I needed to drop YouTube, otherwise I'd probably have a breakdown, and I needed to take care of my mental health. But I think that I am at a point now where I'm able to keep going again. Hopefully, nothing else will happen that will have such an emotional ramification as those 2 events did. But I think I should be okay. For those of you worrying about that, I'm fine now. I was in a bad place. Definitely in a bad place. And I'm still feeling some of the effects of that bad place at this moment. But it's not to a point where I'm in any danger to myself or anyone else. So if you are worried about me, I can assure you that I am perfectly fine. Well, not perfectly fine, as I just said, but I'm fine to a point where I am comfortable and I'm happy. And if you are worried about me, thanks, I appreciate it. So that's where I've been, and how I am now, and what I plan to do in the future. I did forget this with the TLDR. I probably should. I don't know if I forgot to mention it or was just keeping it because I didn't want to go on too long at that point. But I do plan, one thing I can tell you that I'm planning on doing, aside from the Battle Cross wrestling stuff, is using my writing in a bit more content. For example, next month is going to be October, I think, right? Anyway, next month is going to be Spooky Month, and to do something for that, I aim to actually flex my storytelling and writing muscles a bit. Somewhat inspired by Risu's No Nut November thing, I am going to release a video every day where I simply tell a story that I wrote, which is horror themed. I hope that the stories I wrote are scary. I can definitely talk in a way and tell a story in a way that is scary, I hope, but we will see how that goes. It is a little bit of a risk. I don't typically do things like that, but you know, if I spent all this time getting a degree in creative writing, I might as well use it for something, you know? But yeah, starting next week, because I think I'm going to upload this on Saturday or Sunday, things are going to go back to normal. Over the weekend, I will probably be uploading the D&D sessions so that if you are interested in those, you can watch them over the weekend or whatever. Since I've been gone for like a month, I have a backlog of about 4 sessions, which is around 16 hours worth of content, so I'm sure you guys will be fine. You just listen to it in the background or something. From what I've been told, people tend to listen to those videos rather than watching them. That's why I toned down the visual editing on those videos. More keep it auditory and whatnot. Anyway, I guess before I go, I do really need to say again, thank you everyone for not only subscribing, but for waiting. I know that's with how the internet is. When folks are gone for a while, there's a chance that people would forget about them. Part of the reason I was gone for so long was because I was afraid that I would be forgotten. And with the new attention on me, I suppose I could say, I was afraid of letting you guys down before I even started. But I think that it will be fine anyway. I'm sure that you guys subscribe to me for a reason, and I think that I hope I'll be able to not let anyone down. With that being said, I am El Phenomeno, your friendly neighborhood luchador, and I'll be seeing you real soon. Bye.